This is Kriegel. We're in Aquatopia today. This is actually my home I'm working on today. Got a lot of work to do. I've come a long way. We're building the frat house Kappa Sigma. This is my place. We'll be building my son's place just across the street here. So what we're working on today is I've started a pool house and a outdoor veranda with canopy we'll be working on, as well as a lazy river that we've got to fill with water, and then make some access down here. I've put a stairwell. We're going to put a tiki bar of sorts under the deck, and then I've got to clean up the deck as well. The house is still a work in progress. There's an entire wing on the, looks to be south. There's an icon in the way. Side of the house that needs to be completed all the way from up there down to the surface on the deck. So definitely a work in progress. Looking forward to having this project done. There are several others that need my attention. But right now, I want to put my best work into this. It is my first build, and it will be pretty much on display here in the Garden District of Aquatopia. And what I mean by that is Mobius is currently building his brand new Club Prestige right in the center of the Garden District. And you also have the brand new teleportation hub that Mobius has put in, as well as the pool and the hot tub. So it's a pretty prime central real estate here, so I definitely don't want to disappoint on my first build. So I'm taking extra time, being extra meticulous. Of course, Club Prestige is still a work in progress as well. This will be a dance club and a mixer bar, and we'll have a wet bar at the back here. I would imagine that the bartender, the server, will be back here, and then it actually empties. It will, when we get the water, it will empty directly into the lazy river, which will then go into the outdoor veranda. Really looking forward to the completion of this. I think it's going to be real beautiful. So, if you'll bear with me, we do have to get to work and get a lot done here. So we're going to jump right into it. Just put those stairs in today. Trying to determine where I want to chisel. I'm thinking that we'll start with the interior steps and see what that looks like. Okay, I do not have access to those blocks. I'll have to speak with the owner to get that access. Or I guess I could build up to it. That's probably the better solution, honestly. Although it does disrupt my 2-block out pattern all the way down. So I will have to consider that. So for now, I'm going to leave it as is. What do you think? I was considering either sloping these like a ramp or leaving them as is. The wonderful thing about Boundless is that you can try it, and if you don't like it, then by all means pick it up and replace it. No big deal. I like this side better than the other side. Let's just go with that for now. We can always, one way that I like to make decisions is go with my gut at first, give it some time, and then I'll come back later with a clear perspective, fresh perspective, and look at it with fresh eyes, and then I can make a final determination. I like the glow. It's got a nice sheen there. We're going to fill the top canopy probably with the purple lush vegetation from Nashville, and we will match the architecture of the atrium and have it descending with the stairwell, so that it will be like walking essentially down a lush tunnel, a grassy tunnel into this area. Okay, I'm going to pick up these bricks here. Whoops. I forget that the diamond tools hammer 3 at a time. I need to go put those up. Those are more for gathering, not so much for finished work. So this is my basement, my workshop, if you will. And I need to go to storage and put up my tools. This was organized this morning, but I've been kind of all over the place today, and so we're a little disorganized in my workshop. Let's just put those up, and I'll need to pull out that axe. And I think we have all the other tools that we will need right now. Let's just sort those a little. Drop off some of these non-essentials and pick up some of the building material. We can put sap in the furnace. We'll make glue later. Seeds we're going to save because we can replant later on and get some nice fertile looking grass instead of the dead bedrock layer from digging. The purple is the lush foliage that from Nashville that I was referring to. I'm going to put up the other colors for now. I will take some of this. I like waxy in green and I like lush in the purple, so it's a preference thing. The clay soil we don't need right now. Let's see. There it is. We can compress that later and it will be more valuable. Now, I had dropped off many building materials earlier. Here they are. Let's just pick those back up if I've got enough inventory. There is a skill to upgrade your inventory size, and I've not spent much in that skill. It looks like I'm at a point where that's going to be important to do so. Like items do stack, that makes it very helpful. So I'll just stick that. If I have a refined rock smart stack, there's too many to mix the stacks, so Let's try that. It's good. I have got plenty of refined rock. Not using any of that right now. Okay. Just a brief mental checklist. We'll use the glacier later. I'm gonna make a statue out of glacier, and I'll show you where that's gonna be. Everything that you see is still a work in progress. I need to add storage there. I actually think I have some blocks, but just not a priority right now. Inventory management is, and building on this outdoor veranda is, are priorities. So, I have connection issues occasionally. Unfortunately, moved to a new town in real life and was promised all of these lofty things with the internet packaging, and so far I've been very disappointed. I won't name names. I'll just say that there's no reason why I shouldn't be having excellent connection. So I just got back from Nashville harvesting these green tree trunks to make into timber so that I could come back and finish my deck. Took me a while on Nashville. It's a dangerous planet. Lots of ways to die, which I tend to do. Alright. Let's get our inventory sorted here. I kind of know where I like everything. We'll use the rest of the spaces for building blocks as needed. Not yet determined on how far out I want the deck. I'll have to stand back and take a look. But one thing I was thinking was build some sort of a diving board up here so that you have a high dive and a low dive into the pool. And I probably need to restructure the pool base because, whoops, because at the current, when you dive in, you're going to break your neck on the slope. So, probably need to modify that in the near future. I certainly don't want a lawsuit on my hands from drunken visitors. Okay. See, one thing is I don't want it to be too overlapping from the underneath perspective. This here will be essentially the tiki bar. Huh. Looking forward to that. I'm thinking that that's a little far out. Maybe one row in. Maybe one row in. Let's take a look. like I've said, I'm a newer player, so I don't have currently the skill points to support fast harvesting. Later on I'll be able to one-hit those blocks. At least that would be the hope. Okay, so from a top perspective, that is plenty of deck. Plenty. I may even bring it back one more row. Let's go break our neck. Oh! Break your neck. Thanks, Busta. Kids, if you've not heard that song, go YouTube Busta Rhymes, Break Your Neck. Okay, what do you think? It doesn't matter because you're going to say one thing and I'm going to inevitably do the opposite of what you want me to do. That's just the way it works. So, it's almost like flipping a coin here. This is a critical decision because it's not something I can go back and change so easily once I begin this process. For me, I think it blocks too much of the view of the house. So I think I'm going to pull it back one more row, which is ironic because I think that's where I was when we started, right? Such is life. If you're like me, OCD, this game will drive you nuts. I'm sure Minecraft was the same way. I did not play Minecraft. I found it a little too childish, although I know plenty of adults played it. It just wasn't my cup of tea. This is certainly a more mature game with a more mature player base. And it has more of an MMO feel. It's actually marketed as an MMO, and certainly appeals to me. But yeah, I've seen some builders that are just incredibly fast. I'm thinking to myself, they must not be near as OCD as me, because I build, and then I unbuild, and then I build some more, and then I unbuild, or destruct, I should say. But for me, it's about a feeling, about a mood. I'm trying to build a mood, if you will. Kind of artistically. It's one reason I've really been enjoying this game, is just to get my artistic, to get that itch scratched. Okay, I like that. I do like that. I've got to decide on the diving board. Honestly, I think it looks tacky. And fake. I could always just build right here a laddered diving board if I need a high dive. But for now, that is getting scratched off of the project. I just don't like the look of it. I'm going for a very upscale, high-class like a party bar. I don't know what you call them. Got neighbors there, but I'm going to put some shrubbery up, and so that won't be a distraction. You'll certainly, I will value privacy here, so I will build a shrub wall to retain that privacy. Whoops. So that's the edge of Club Prestige there. It's not the right color. Looking for that brown right there. Now I know I have some, but it may be up in the house. Yeah. Got to decide on the floor, what material I want to use. Got to decide on the style of the walls. Many little decisions need to be made. Now for some things, such as my house, I used Ekareth, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, his Magic Voxel software to pre-render the designs, and then I actually just carbon copied my floor plan over to the game. But now I'm trying my hand at winging it, which I'm not so strong at. So I'm trying to forcefully teach myself how to just go with the flow here. It's fun gaining experience points just building. Kind of like the adage, do what you love and it doesn't feel like work. Max level is currently level 50, and then once you hit level 50, you can still continue to gain experience toward not levels, but additional plots. So essentially, that's how you stake your claim on territory, is by laying down plots. So essentially, you can never run out of plots if you continue to play and gain experience points you could ultimately own just a ton of property. And I have met some players that own a ton of property. Now, I'm not picking up these blocks because my inventory's full, and I'm really not too concerned about having mud. At this point, it does serve a purpose, but I just don't care to have mud. These are annoying. Typically, I would get that bone. You can make glue. I just don't feel like running up to the house for one bone. Wild. Okay. I did not beacon this area. How far back is that? May not be a problem. I may be able to build around that. This is not beaconed. It says reserved. So right here. Okay. I'm gonna roll with it for now, I think. We may be okay. If you wanted that white grass later, just collect the seed and you can replant. You can transplant. Pretty cool feature. That is wild. I do think that that could be a problem. So I'm actually going to go unstake plots I own elsewhere to give myself the plots I need right now, because the plots I own elsewhere can wait. So I'll just need to drop off, just make some space and head out to Thurka. So, spoilers, I'm about to go to settled lands. So if you don't want to see what's already been developed and created, right now might be a good time to stop the video and fast forward about 5 minutes. But if you are still with me, this is the brand new garden district in Aquatopia. And yes, we have our own airship. But now we're just in a portal to another world. You see, there are planets in this game. And you may jump from planet to planet using player-created portals. That's one of the things that makes this game so interesting. And I'm going to go to the brand new Chiseltown. It was just created this past week in an unprecedented, groundbreaking event titled The Founding of Chiseltown. This entire town was actually built in 4 hours in an online streaming event, which I did host on Twitch. There were about 30 participants, and each player built their own house or shop and it was a coordinated effort, and I will post the link to a time-lapse video of the founding of Chiseltown, and you can see it all go up in time-lapsed time. Really fascinating. That is a magnificent castle built by Carol Caden. I'm sorry, Carol Kindo. Let me make sure I'm pronouncing his name correct, because he's pretty famous, and I'm a little embarrassed. Carol Kindo. Amazing player. He is the founder of Chiseltown. If this was his idea, and he hosted the event. He's also the mayor. That is his living quarters up there. He built that castle, and he gave me the rights to that hill, which is where we're headed. I'm going to take some plots off of that hill. So this is that hill. You can see down to Chiseltown. All of that created in 4 hours. Pretty impressive, if I do say so. And there are still plots available. There will be more to Chiseltown in the near future. You can see some of the plots that are still available, which is fascinating. Okay. The unfortunate thing is when I remove the plot, I do lose whatever I've built in that plot. It will disappear when the server goes through its daily recycle. Whatever I had planted or built will be lost. But the cool thing is once you plot something, it may not be tampered with. You can set permissions, and if no one has permissions to your plots, then they may not interfere with whatever you've built. Zoop. Zoop. I really didn't want to take this one because it's a ground level plot, but I'm going to roll the dice here and hope that you or no one else comes and builds right here. That would really be a bummer for me. But in good faith, I will remove these plots for the time being. I do need them elsewhere. And that should be plenty. This corner plot, we'll go ahead and grab it. I will be replotting these in the near future. Just not right now. So I'll come here tomorrow and probably half my tree will be missing. But the tree was a temporary structure. It was to host a vantage point, a lookout point during the founding of Chiseltown, so that players could come up here and enjoy the live view of the town being created. Now you'll notice that the draw distance is a little trashy on my rig. That's because of my network issues. I actually had to turn down the draw distance to get the connection that I was looking for. It's unfortunate, and I'm hoping to have my connection resolved by my service provider. But until that happens, I did have to turn down the draw distance. But you can actually have the entire draw distance look that good graphically out there. So I don't want you to get the wrong impression from watching this video. To be honest, this game has, well, as you can see, Just absolutely gorgeous visuals. Just gorgeous. I actually play in 2K definition, ultra wide. But I think that this stream only allows 1080p, so you are seeing a downsized render from the original. Hopefully, hopefully YouTube will support 4K in the future. 2K and 4K ultra wide. Someone is reworking the road system here. Inubai is his name. And so some of this is a work in progress. This I'm not going to show you because it's a secret. You'll have to come onto the game to see what's down there, but it's pretty cool. So here we are back at my crib. Welcome to Boundless Cribs. You're watching Kriegel. I want to give you a brief tour. I almost hate to because it's a work in progress, but it'll give you a baseline to judge against the final product. There's my little chandelier. I need to remove that ice. I don't know how that happened. In fact, let me just fix that real quick because it's going to bug me to death if I don't fix that. So let's just head up there, figure out what the heck I did. You know, for giggles, I really want to see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I can actually work with that. Yeah. Let's leave that just like that. Hey, I'm on the chandelier. Isn't there a song about that? Sia or something. So there's two pop culture song references for you in this broadcast, even though I don't listen to mainstream. Okay, so that's nice. Busting out that block actually allowed for a pink hue to come from a gleam I've got back there, so that wasn't a bad idea. Moving on. Now you've seen me go down here as my workshop. Back in here, this is the back. Still a work in progress, but I am going to build a river from the lake. Whoops. And I've plotted all this. This will be an outdoor garden gazebo. I'll build a walkway back to the house and a pier out onto the lake. And we'll have a nice atrium and a nice garden gazebo here. I'll be careful not to get too close to my neighbor, Shauna. Give her a little bit of space. And then these are the new road systems that are coming in from Aquatopia over there, and that are headed out to Shifty Mart over there on the other side of that tree line. And then high-rises are going in right there. So all that's taking place. I've asked that these road systems do not interfere with my dock. So a little river back to the lake. We'll have it flow right through there to hopefully the house will sit on water. We'll see how that works out. I'll keep you posted. Right. flower vase. Little architecture there. Just a utility room and, of course, the restroom there. Yeah. More fancy architecture. I just love what you can do with the architecture in this game. I'm not the best, but I do enjoy playing around with it, for sure. This is my second floor room. It's got a little couch here. I may lower the couch. It's a giant couch. I don't even know that I like a purple couch. It was just kind of the spur of the moment. This is nice. You can see the chandelier. Laundry chute. Ooh. Outdoors. Now this floor is really still a work in progress. Little skylight here. That's all I can do with glass at the moment. Hopefully we'll get more options with glass. Now, I could try sloping it. What's my inventory look like? No, I'm not going to do that right now because I don't have space. But I may slope these. I may slope this later. Little deck here. Looking out toward Club Prestige. This is my... I don't know what to call it. There's where I busted those blocks out, so... I'm gonna have to reconsider this whole design. I was just having fun yesterday, but now I just don't like it. But it was a place just to come chill and relax, literally chill, and just kind of get the vibe for some thought chamber, something like that. Come in here and maybe come up with some fresh ideas. So let me know what you think in the comments about this room. I don't know whether to tear it down or leave it. I'm going to use that wall to build an upward stairwell that will access the top floor. How many plots do I have? I need to go get my plotting tool because I do need to plot up here. That's the reason it's incomplete. So bear with me one moment. Boy, do I need stairs up here. We're just gonna break the rules and jump off the roof. Because that's what we do at home, right, kids? Please don't jump off the roof at home. I can't really name an instance where that's ever been a good idea. That's kind of hold my beer. Applauding we will go. Let's get this spot. Look at there. Gotta spend an entire plot for what? 4 squares. That is the way it goes sometimes. Let's see. While we're here, just make sure we're good. Six plots to work with. Let's do the house first, and then we can come back if we have a leftover plots. Whoopee! Hey, fella. How's it hanging, man? Sorry. Sorry. We can still be friends. Whoa, psychedelic, man. Plotting we will go. Why? It just takes a lot of plots. But I'm really close on this house, actually. Probably about 5 to 10 plots away from not needing to plot anymore on this property. Very happy about that. Let's see, it's currently worth, because I know you're asking. And I'm sure you'll be unimpressed, but for me, I'm proud. 109 plots, that's not bad. It's not bad. It only puts me at 24 in Aquatopia. That's how large Aquatopia is. But I'm good with that. Quite pleased. What am I gonna need? Do I need some more of the dark wood? Yeah. What do I don't need? Because just need all that timber, you know. Those aren't the right kind of rocks. I'm not going to worry about the glacier sculpture right now. I told you I'd show you that. We'll go look at that real quick. Hey! Fine. Fine. Always close the door behind you. I'm saving on AC. Right. Oh. That's sad. Waste not, want not, Robin. Howard Stern reference. Okay. Neat. Right there, I'm going to make that wider. I'm going to tear down that hill, and that's going to be an ice glacier gleam statue, maybe a fountain, or some sort of goddess or something. I don't know yet. Okay. This thing looks thin. I heard that. I know what you just said. jerk. Well, we're just going to go to work now. I think you have the idea. I'm not going to broadcast every minute of my work. I'd rather you see in sections. I want to skip the boring parts for you, at least spare you a little bit. So we'll stop for now, and join back with me later and check in. Thanks for watching.